Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Minnesota Wild GM mode. So, in last episode, we had the off season, and we had to trade away our awesome goaltender Darcy Corson to the New Jersey Devils. We got back a new goaltender, just so we could have more cap space for free agency, for the off season. So we have people like Urkamp signed back for 3 years at 16.4. On the last year of his deal, if we're not a playoff team, we are going to flip him. Bear Schultz, we signed for a long time deal because I want him to retire with the club. So he signed for 7 years. Fitzgerald has his last year on his contract this season, so I'm hoping we could get him back. And then Sure with Haas, Kaprizov's dropping off, so this might be his last season with us if he retires or something. Gustafson, Malone, Lawson. We got 2 youngsters in Cormier and Hoffman playing, and Reginald McKelly. Defensively looks the same as last year, except for now Lavallee is in the spot or in the lineup, and Dumba is a scratched defenseman. So that's that. And our goaltending core looks weaker than last year, but I'm hoping Hellenis has a good year as our starting goaltender. So let's see if we could get back to those playoffs again and maybe win a third cup in 4 years. We're listed as a championship team still, so I think we should be able to get to the playoffs at least. So let's sim through the preseason, see how we play. Start off with 2 wins, good defensive wins as well. I think our defensive core is pretty strong, so I'm hoping that helps us. We did also release people in the offseason like Louis Bourret, but the reason we got rid of Bourret is because Bourret, we only picked him up pretty much for that 1 year. Mayorov, I'm keeping around because he's still young, and he's basically the exact same type of thing as Bruce Regent, except for he doesn't take as much penalty minutes, doesn't score as often. So in the preseason, we went 4-2, not too bad. Okay, so let's get this season underway. Let's go to December the 1st just to see how our team's playing so far. So, first game of the season up against the Pittsburgh Penguins, and we beat them 4-1. Nicely done, boys. Game against Chicago, who we took out last year, we lose 2-0. Game against the Caps, and we win in overtime. Okay. It's not too bad so far. Hopefully, we can get some points early on in the season and later on in the season. Hopefully, we don't have like a year where we just barely squeak into the playoffs. Like last year, we finished one of the worst teams that made the playoffs. Like I think we were the 7th worst team in the Western Conference that made the playoffs, so we literally just made the playoffs, yet we won the Stanley Cup. Because I was looking at like player stats and whatnot, and our offense was crazy. Basically, our entire left wing core put up a total of 41 points, same with our center core and our right wing core. So I'm hoping the offense is still there, even though we did lose some players during the offseason. So we're going to just keep scouting goaltenders because we want to find a replacement for Corson maybe eventually, because I don't know if Hellenis is going to be that guy. So Severt's back for the AHL. He could go in back where Olsen was. I'm hoping those elite defenders grow this year, because if they don't, they might be trade bait or something. Because Lavallee's like outgrowing them, and he's a low elite defenseman. So far, not that great. 7-9-1, but we are now on a winning streak here. We've won 5 in a row. Can we make it 6? Yes, we can. 6 in a row. Nicely done, boys. We're getting offered a 4th for Kane and a 5th. So we get rid of our prospect in a 5th, and we get a 4th. How good is this prospect? I think he was a low top 9. But like I've had good growth with last low top 9 I had, so 7th rounder too. I'll just leave it for now. Don't want to risk him being a good player. There's another win, and there's another win. That's like 7 in a row, 8 in a row, I think now. We'll check how long this winning streak is afterwards, because it's holy crap. Okay, let's just stop this for a second here on December the 1st. How many games did we just win in a row? So we lost 5, 6 in a row or so, and then we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It looks like 10 games in a row. I think we won 10 games in a row to end off November. Very good, boys. And Erdkamp's leading away, not a surprise. He's almost a point per game with us in the season and the playoffs. So, Let's see, what was it? Oh yeah, I was gonna go here. Does it say that we won 10 in a row? It doesn't say. And Marty Subban's been injured for Dallas. Interesting, with a concussion. Like I said, the guy's a bit of a bust. Let's take a look at the player stats so far for the season. And then we're going to simulate all the way to the trade deadline. So, Urquham's 22 points. Fitzgerald 18 points. Kaprizov still 15 points, and he's got 9 goals. Really good. He's their best offensive player for goals so far. And he's dropped to an 81. Oh, I hope he doesn't retire this year. Schultz has got 15 points. Not really playing like his salary, but hopefully he has a good year still. Suare 14 points, Ruchin 13, Haas 13, Lawson 12. Hoffman's got 11 points. Not too bad way to start your career off. Up to a 78. Cormier's got 11 points as well, so these two have been helping each other out. I think Cormier's probably passing him a puck a lot. McKelly's got 10 points, so yeah, the fourth line's doing really well for us. Lavalle's got 9 points so far, and he's a plus 10. That's awesome. Must be a really good defensive player. Yeah, he is. 89 shot blocking, 86 stick checking. Okay, that's pretty good. Tilt's only got 5 points. Okay. Nilsson's got only 2 points, but a plus 10. So, yeah, we're getting a lot of good plus minus. Goaltending, how's that goaltender playing? A 933 save percentage. Wow. He's playing pretty good. But is he playing better than Corson? I want to check how Corson's doing so far in New Jersey. He should help the team out a lot. So, oh man, sorry about that, guys. He is 7-8-2 with a 923 save percentage, so he's not getting wins currently. He's got a good goals against and save percentage, but his team's not winning games for him, unfortunately, because I want to see Corson kind of get to the playoffs with another team and maybe face them in the Stanley Cup Finals. That'd be kind of cool, considering his career is probably getting closer to the end of it. Because he's like 31. He's going to be 32 by the end of the season. So let's go all the way up to the trade deadline, which is on the 28th of February. Then we'll take an updated look at the player stats and make a call if we should make the playoffs or not. If we don't aren't going to make the playoffs, maybe we'll make some trades for the future, something like that, to help out teams that are going to make the playoffs. So Kent Hodges has been injured, which means Matt Dumba is going to get his first taste of hockey this year. Who do we want to move up? Yeah, let's move up Till. He's more offensively minded, I think. So Dumba, you got to be good with us, okay? He's still got good defensive stats, I think. Yeah. It sucks that we have to scratch some players like that. Like Matt Dumba, he's been here since day one. He's the last remaining player that's been here since the 17-18 season, because Kaprizov started in the 18-19 season. But yeah, Kaprizov and him, once they retire, then there's like going to be nobody left from the original crew. Bear Schultz has been here quite a long time now. Savret's been injured in the AHL again, just replaced him. 19-12-2. A lot of regulation losses, but it's okay. So Hodges is back again. Hopefully Dumba's played solidly when he was in the lineup. Let's see how it played. He was a -1. Dumba, you gotta play better than that, buddy. You gotta be a plus player. But Hodges is someone that I think we might move during the off season, because I want Tillett obviously to be on the second pairing eventually, or Lavallee. So we're going to have to start moving away our veterans. Okay, 22-15-3. Yeah, I think we should still be able to make the playoffs if we keep playing like this. But hopefully we have a good playoff simulation too, and we're not like a first round exit. Savret's back. This guy's got injured twice already in the AHL, and Sapanen's up to a 76. Nicely done, Sapanen. And he's playing really well, actually, with Chipchura and whatnot. Chipchura is still listed as a depth forward. I could use Chipchura in the NHL, but like I said, I would rather use our younger prospect kind of guys than the older guys that don't have any years to kind of grow. So, game against Winnipeg, can we continue? No, we cannot continue that winning streak. Game against the Los Angeles Kings is a 1-0 loss. Come on, boys, we got to win a lot of games. We can't just lose a couple games and win a couple games. I don't think that works really that well. Game against Florida, overtime win. Okay, nicely done. 5-4. We're getting offered a fourth again. No, thank you. I don't want to move Kane. I don't know how good that Kane guy is going to be. 5-1 win. Nicely done. Yeah, I think we should be a playoff team. Because if we're not a playoff team and listed as a championship team, would suck a lot. So let's get more goaltenders, United States. Hopefully we could get a nice new goaltender for the future, because like I said, I think he's probably going to be like a bit of a rental. He's only going to be with us for a couple years. And speaking of which, Hellenis has been injured with a sprained thumb till February the 24th, so that's like a month. So we're going to have to rely on Manny McQuaid. Come on, Manny, you could get it done for us, boy. So we're going to have to call up Kessel. He's going to have to go through waivers, I think, when he gets sent back down. Oh, hopefully McQuaid's good enough for starter. Like, I know he went 13-0-0 during his rookie year, but is he ready to be that starting goaltender? I guess we'll find out during this month. How has he been this season so far? 934 save percentage. Wow, and 5-2. Yeah, he's been really good this season, so I'm hoping that continues as a starter. Hopefully he doesn't just play like shit when he starts. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so let's see how McQuaid plays. No, I do not want to make a trade. Not right now. There's a loss. Come on, McQuaid, you can get us some W's, boy. There you go. Nice 5-1 win over the Canucks. We're usually a really good team. Game against New Jersey and Darcy Corson. Can we beat them? And LaValle's been injured now with a mild concussion. We'll just go replace player. That'll put Dumba in, I think. 4-3 win. Nicely done. We beat Corson's team. Oh, we have another game against them. I think I want to slow sim a game against them, to be honest. Because I want to see how good Corson plays against us. So LaValle's back. Thank you, Dumba, for playing again. Wait, is Taylor okay with his ice time? No, he's not. Is he on the power play? Okay, Hodges, you need to get off the power play. I don't want you on the power play. You could be on the penalty kill, but not on the power play. Tillet's the guy that should be always on the power play, because he's an offensive defenseman. Penalty kill, Hodges is there. There you go. That should be fine. Hopefully Hodges doesn't lose morale now. Let's just go all the way to this Devils game. And the Devils are actually playing really well now. They have like a similar record to us, so I hope we don't have to face Corson in like a Stanley Cup final situation. So Lawson's been injured with a broken nose. You know what, let's just go replace player for now. It shouldn't hurt us too much. Why is the simulation going so slow? Probably because it's near the deadline. What is taking us so long? Let's just stop the simulation because this is really going slow. I'm going to have to save soon, I think, just in case, because I do not want to lose all this. Wow, what is taking us so long? As long as it's not stuck in a loading loop. It should be almost done loading. Our HL team's actually killing it this year as well. 36, 18, and 5. So both teams killing it, and I think the Devils were killing it as well. So, like I said, if we play Corson in the Stanley Cup final situation, it's not going to be fun. Because Corson usually, I think he was pretty good in playoff simulations. Like last year, obviously, he won the Conn Smythe. So, there you go. That finally loaded. Let's go up to the game against the Devils. Yeah, see, the Devils are 36, 20, and 4 now. Let's take a look at Corson's stats going into this game, just for something different. And wow, Urkamp's 55 points in 59 games. See, that's why I signed that guy to like a 3-year deal. Needed to get him back because he's a big piece to this team at a 92. Let's go to goaltenders. And New Jersey. Let's see. How is Corson playing now? He is 21, 17, and 3, so not the greatest, but he's got 6 shutouts this year, so he's almost tying his personal best. He's got a 9.25 save percentage and a 2.25 goals against average, so he's playing pretty good for like defensively, but he's not getting the wins. So I think it's mostly his team, and then his backup's playing really well as well. 15, 3, and 1. Okay, So let's go into this game. We're going to slow sim it just for something fun. See if we could beat Corson, because both teams got really similar records. So second game against the New Jersey Devils this season. First game, I don't know if it's the first game against Corson. Let's see if we could get it done. First period. Okay, it's 1-1. Corson's not even starting. Bullshit, New Jersey, you had to do that. Okay, whatever. I guess McQuaid's going to play against the Devils, whatever. And it is a 3-3 game. Wow, this is actually really close. But why did they have to start their backup? I wanted Corson to be in net for this game. I'm going to have to get a screenshot eventually of Corson in the Devils jersey. Let's see who's going to take this one here in the third period, or is it going to go to overtime. It's a pretty close game still, but we're out shooting them. And we are going to OT. Let's slow sim overtime. Can we get a hero here? No, we're going to a shootout, and the Devils are going to win. Gardner scores in the shootout, and we lose 4-3 to the Devils. But LaValle had 3 assists. Wow. I didn't even check how good LaValle was doing for stats yet, but so we lose to the Devils, but at least Corson was not in net. And they were just a really good team, because they're both of our teams are right up there in points. We beat them last game 4-3, so it's fine. So let's go all the way up to the deadline now, and Hellness is back, so I'm going to edit line against guys, and I'll see you guys in a second. Okay guys, so Hellness is back in the lineup. Hopefully he stays healthy for the remainder of this. So game against Vegas, and we win in overtime. Game against St. Louis, and there's another win. So I think we should be a playoff team. I don't think I'm going to make moves really at the deadline unless there's somebody that could help us out in a playoff run potentially. Let's see. What is there to do? We're second in the division. Yeah, I don't think we're going to make any moves. We should be just autopilot from here. Do we have any injury stuff? Kilger's got 5 points since coming into the lineup. Lawson's back. Good. Good, I checked that. He dropped to an 83. Huh. Maybe it was just because of that injury. So let's take an updated look at our player stats and all that stuff so far. And then we'll go the other month and a half or whatever it is. And then see who we're up against in the first round if we're making the playoffs. So Urkamp's 58 points. Fitzgerald 53 points. Schultz 46 points. Kaprizov 39 points, but he's leading us in goals. Richin 33 points, Seward 29, Haas 29, LaValle 29 in his rookie season nonetheless, in 61 games too, because he's missed 2 games so far. Malone 24 points, Gustafson 23, and he's got 17 goals. Holy shit. Damn, this guy scores a lot of goals for a third liner. He's almost leading us in goals. Damn. Mayorov 22 points, Lawson 21, and he's only got 2 goals. McKelly 19 points, Cormier 18 points, Hoffman 16, Hodges 13, Killett 8, Nilsson 8, Kilger 5 and 5. He's been a good depth guy for us. And Dumba's got 1 assist in 7 games. Goaltending wise, Hellas 28, 15 and 4, 929 save percentage, and a 2.08 goals against average. Really nice. McQuaid 10, 6 and 1, 919 save percentage, and a 2.35 goals against average. And Kessel played 1 game, and he lost in overtime. He might have not played the entire game actually, because I think that was the game against Devils. Yeah. Okay, so that is the player stats. Let's just quickly check actually the HL2. Sapanen 53 points. Wow. He's currently leading the way down there. Natnan, who we also drafted this year, up to a 73. He's got 43 points. Those guys might be jumping to the NHL soon. And in our elite guys, 74 for Clinton Martin. He might actually make the elite potential. Like next year, he might jump to the NHL. And Dundas is a 75. Nicely done, guys. Good to see some growth. And goaltending-wise, Kessel's been playing good down there. Raquel's played solid as well. And Jas has actually played good as well as a depth goaltender. Okay. So let's continue the simulation for the rest of the season, and then we'll take an updated look at the standings and player stats and see who we are up against in the first round. Hopefully it's a team that we're used to beating. Like if it's Dallas, we've beat Dallas twice in the last 2 years, so Okay, let's go to the 1st of April. There's a loss on the deadline. Come on, boys. 2 losses in a row, 3 losses in a row. Don't lose all these games now, boys. Clinton Martin's been injured. We'll replace him. Game against LA. Nicely done. 6-0 win. That's what we needed, especially to end off that losing skid. And let's scout Russia for goaltenders. Sure, why not? There you go. Another win against Arizona. Game against Calgary, who's still in the rebuilding stage. Clinton Martin is back. Chipchur's up to an 80 now. What the hell? I guess it's just all the ice time he's getting in the AHL. Because in the NHL, he wasn't getting much ice time. He was just like a 4th-liner guy, and I don't think he played on the penalty kill or anything. There you go, boys. 2 wins in a row. There's a loss, though. If we could win our 3rd cup in 4 years, that would be the first time I've ever done it in a franchise mode, because I won, I think, a total of 5 or 6 cups with the Canucks in NHL 17, so if we could win 3 cups in 4 years here, that would be really amazing. LaValle is not liking his ice time. I'm going to have to change that. Yeah, let's just get the last of the season done. Oh, man, Kaprizov, no. He's been injured till April the 21st. So that means he's going to miss a portion of the first round. But at least this Gustafsson guy knows how to score goals. So, but still, damn, that sucks. Means Yolonen, you're going to jump in to the lineup playing on the 4th line. And I guess Yolonen, you could also play on 3-on-3 because that's not going to matter when it comes to the playoffs. So, there you go. Hopefully, it is pretty long term because Kaprizov won't be back to full health till, probably near the end of the first round. So we go on a 4-game winning streak to end the season, and we finish 47, 29, and 6. So we should be a playoff team, right? Yes, we finished in the playoffs with 100 points. Nicely done. Urkamps led the way with 76 points. So let's take a look at the player stats, and then we'll see who we're up against. So let's start with the standings. What was clicking for us during the season? So goals 4 per game on average. We were one of the best offensive teams this year. So usually we're a really good defensive team, but this year our offense came through. So that's really good. 2.93 goals per game. Goals against per game. Let's see, where were we for goals against? We were a solid defensive team, not the greatest, 2.45, top 12, I'd assume. Power play looks like shit, so I should change to power play maybe going into the playoffs. Yeah, it's in like the middle. Our penalty kill looks like crap too, so I might need to change to special teams because maybe that's where we lost games. We only had 1 shorthanded goal again this year, and I'm going to guarantee it's probably Bear Schultz, because Bear Schultz has like shorthanded goals every single season he plays. So, player stats. So, Urkamp 76 points, Fitzgerald 71 points. Nicely done. Fitzgerald's still clicking. He's probably going to want a really good contract this year. Bear Schultz 62 points, Kaprizov 48 points before his injury at the end of the season. So obviously not as good of a year for him, but he is dropping off. Ruchin 46 points, nice. Sure 43 points, Haas 43 points, Malone 34, Gustafsson 33, LaValle 33 in his rookie season. That's awesome. Lawson 31, McKelly 28 points, Mayorov 27, Cormier 21 in his rookie season, 19 for Hoffman in his rookie season, Hodges 17 points, Tilt 12, Nilsson 10, Kilger 5 and 5, and Yolonen had 1 and 3, and Dumba had 1 and 7. Goaltending wise, Helmuth 34, 21 and 5 shutouts, a .919 save percentage and a 2.39. So his save percentage and stuff got worse as the season went on, but it was still a pretty successful year for him. McQuaid 14, 8 and 1. He played really good as well as that backup. He usually plays pretty good as a backup. And now let's just check New Jersey, because I'm curious to see how Corson finished the year. He had a below 500 win-loss ratio, 26, 27, and 5, but 6 shutouts, at 919 save percentage and a 2.44. So not the greatest year for Corson, but their backup is the reason they made the playoffs, I think. Yeah, definitely he is. 19-5-1. Wow. Okay. So now that that's done, let's take a look at who we are up against in the first round of the playoffs. So who else made the playoffs? Chicago. Nashville made the playoffs. Wow, that's surprising because Nashville's been pretty bad in this GM mode so far. Like, they've made the playoffs maybe like twice. Colorado also made the playoffs for like one of the first times, and St. Louis made them back to the playoffs. Interesting. So we might have to go up against one of those teams. So let's see who we are up against. So we are up against, who's going to be? Nashville. Okay, so we have to play against the franchise center guy, and that guy is Jonas Willis. I know that for sure. I know he's still with the Nashville Predators. He was originally an Islanders draft pick as well, so let's see. Nashville, here he goes. So, wow, and Jordan Greenway, our former player. So, Mikko Rantanen, 87 overall. He's really old. Then there's Willis, who's actually getting old too. 94 overall. As you can see, he was drafted by the Islanders in 2021. And in our former player, Jordan Greenway, he is dropping off. And the funny thing is, they signed him to a horrible contract. He's still got 5 years left at age 35. I don't think he's going to play that much longer. But they got some weak wingers here. Oscar Lindblom, 75, Riley, 79, and Monroe, 78. They also got Nathan Vandenbush on their center core, so their center core is pretty strong. They got Zach Gabo, who was with the Boston Bruins when we beat them a couple years ago. And they got Marvin Love on the fourth line center. They also got Barry Toms, 83, Steckel, 79, and McInnes, 80. So not the strongest offensive core except for these two. Like, I'm scared, obviously, of Willis. I know he's a really good defensive player. He's won Selkies. Yeah, he's good all around. He's got 5 stars and everything. And then Rantanen's a good sniper. So these two are the main pieces on this team. Defensively, Bryce Miller, who was with us actually, was it last season? I think it was with us 2 seasons ago when we cup against the Boston Bruins, or maybe it was last season. But he was with us for 1 season. He's still in Nashville. This is a really weak defensive core as well. Eric Brandstrom for your top 2. Then Alto, who was with Chicago. We faced him a couple of times. Spike Likens, Vyacheslav Zadorov, and Juuso Valimaki. So this team has no studs so far except for Willis. I can see why they don't make the playoffs that often. And then they got for their starter Alexiev and Terrence Pedersen. Yeah, this team is really weak. And then they also have Odi Marchessault, who's injured currently, and Jacques Paris. Yeah, this team we should be able to beat them unless for some reason Willis just outplays us and really good defensively and offensively. But I think we should be able to get onto the second round again. But you never know. So here's what the playoff tree looks like as well, so you guys can see. So Detroit and Florida, Toronto, Tampa, Philadelphia and the Buffalo Sabres, Pittsburgh, New Jersey. And then in the East, you got the Arizona Coyotes and the St. Louis Blues, the Vegas Golden Knights, and the Vancouver Canucks. Then you also got the Chicago Blackhawks and the Colorado Avalanche, and us in Nashville. So if I'm looking at it on paper, I think we could get back to that Stanley Cup Finals, but I don't know what those teams look like now because a lot of these teams haven't made the playoffs recently. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Minnesota Wild GM mode. So next episode, we will take it to round 1 against the Nashville Predators. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time.